What I mean is just spit it out, girlfriend.
No, I was just interested, like, whether there will be any sort of definitive event. I hate the word event because Cobra has really fucked it up, but whether everyone will suddenly realise everything has changed, or will that be just for the organics?
I've realised there's a change.
Me too.
Every ride's an event for me. Every ride is an event where something fucking locks and loads and I'm like, oh my God, that was the best ever. Then I have another ride. Oh my God. I mean, I have events daily. So I'm just saying, what would an event look like, really? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just, I wondered whether like the splitting of the world would happen sort of very gradually.
I don't know, how long's gradual? You know, how many more years? No, I'm not being a dick. I might sound like it. But I mean, I'm sort of saying more, well, define gradual. Is it sort of like, you know, another 500 years of trying to pull back our energy? Oh, I won't last that long, I can fucking tell you now. Is it going to be like a, well, if you don't go into psychic shock, do you know what I mean? Is it waiting for a certain amount of beings to be able to hold a space that the rest can come? I don't fucking know. I think it's an individual journey with Moo that you become a new collective.
I got the feeling that this 0 point is connected with time, and as we know, time is a fake construct, right? It comes from the compartmentalisation of our dimensions of self, and as this splitting is fading out, and we start to connect our dimensions of self back and to have access to them. This is my feeling, that it has it is connected with the time construct.
So how's you for time? I mean, I can hardly understand time. I have no concept of it at the moment. So I think 0 point for me was about a fucking 2 or 3 weeks ago, but then again, that's time.
Yeah. I find that, I don't know about 0 point, but it's like the more that I embody my essence, it's my perception or my rememberings of different dimensions of self, or my experiences, or feeling through everything is growing. It's becoming stronger, and I feel that it's not a 3D experience. And I just find that one day, I don't know, maybe I'm talking through time, but one day I can't work within this construct anymore. It's like it's just going to either die or I'm just going to explode, one or the other. I don't know. It's already changing. Like the construct for me, in my experiences, is already breaking down, and I'm not the only one who's experiencing that. I mean, the whole Mandela effect thing is becoming a global thing. Like, people are saying that shit is breaking down. So it's like, if there was a 0 point.
Well, Mandela effect actually has served to at least create conversation, you know, because even straight ladies talk about it.
Yeah, that's what's interesting.
Oh, Lyndsey.
The fact that even they notice.
No, but you know, so, I mean, you tell me what you feel 0 point actually is. Not what you've read, what you...
When time stops.
So when time stops, well, for me, time's not there. So what would it look like for you?
Well, look, I have absolutely no sense of timing, and time is, I know it's a construct. It doesn't exist for me unless I have to fit in the matrix.
So then you've reached your own 0 point.
Yeah, very true. I just feel like things are always building, and you wonder whether there's going to be, like, what's going to happen with the inorganics imploding. Do you know what I mean?
Oh God, Lyndsey, you're fucking obsessed, and I know why. Seriously, if you want Pinocchio to become a boy, then create it, right? So
I get that.
No, but seriously, you get as embodied as you can, right? And you start creating the reality that way, and you make it so. What I'm saying is no one knows precisely. They don't. But there's a lot of stuff that in memories and in feelings, people can pretty much take to the bank. You know, it's like there are some things you know. So I'm saying to you, when I'm out here and I'm not in the matrix, I don't even know what's going on out there. All I know is my internal world and what I'm creating. So maybe if you're outside of the regular parameters you've been in, you'll realise you've stepped over that 0 point. I think 0 points full commitment to self. I think 0 points full commitment to taking responsibility for your experience and rocking it.
So I guess the best way really to be completely effective is to create the reality to escape the matrix constructs.
To kick out the matrix construct. Exactly, this is what we talked before. We don't escape matrix.
Oh no, I wish we could. If we could escape it, it'd be easy. It'd be like fucking...
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, but you would just be like, it is like a separation of worlds in reality, isn't it? Because you're just, it's almost like vibrating on a different level or something.
In Australia, we have daylight savings, right? And it's not the same in every state. There's one street that borders both New South Wales and Queensland, and there's an hour difference. In that moment, it's like crossing literally into a different reality, even though the rest of the year they're all in the same time zone in the same reality.
Yeah.
So, you know, how subtle is the shift? Tereza's on there. You can talk, Tereza.
Oh, no. I was saying that to Jonny, that it's like Thomas Anderson and to Neo. Comparing the matrix reality to the inorganic, if I'm interpreting it right, Jonny. Anyways, sorry, I got distracted.
Johnny's coming in to speak.
Well, you know, this talk about 0 point, this talk about how do you know when you're in one reality or the other. I mean, compare Thomas Anderson at the beginning of the movie, Neo. Even in that point where Agent Smith looks at him and goes, Thomas Anderson, and he goes, my name is Neo. So I am my essence. I'm not some other construct that you've put around me and given a name to that doesn't actually, I know is not the real me. So when we get into that space and we decide whichever reality we choose to exist in, there is no matrix.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just flies off into the middle of wherever he wants to go, right? He doesn't see any limitation. The bullets drop, blah, blah, blah. So the more we sort of travel along our own experience of progressing to that version of ourselves, that is the real us, and we can embody that 100%, whatever.
Something's got off with Tereza. Tereza's having oh my God. Sorry, darling, keep talking.
So, I mean, I wanted to say to Mandy, that so touched me, your experience.
That's Jonny getting emotional, not laughing at you.
No, it was really
great.
great.
Darling, turn your video on so she can see you.
Hey. Because I really felt how you felt in that moment of finding yourself.
I couldn't hear you. What?
He's
and
saying...
Adela, you just creamed that when you said, don't try and repeat that experience because the next experience is just the next experience. It's constant. And that's where the inorganic life has tried to control us as organics. So we don't need to fall into that category of self where we are abiding by someone else's rules anymore.
Right. So that's like all in my head.
Well, yeah, it's the mind control shit that goes on all over the place in many different modalities. The New Age movement, all of that stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying don't get involved, but get involved with a sense that you're not limiting yourself. I'm talking to myself at the same time, right? So, yeah, free the mind.
Yeah.
And the rest will follow. I believe that's a fucking rock song. All right, darling. You can turn your video off now because you're getting a bit of a robot.
Thank you.
To me. Isn't he beautiful? I tell you what, he's a feeler. He feels that one. Tereza, please speak. If you don't burst, I will. Christ.
Okay. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I had this. Oh my God. So this 0 point thing. For me, it's like you reach a point where what are you going to energize? The matrix or essence, which reality? And I find the 0 point is when that commitment to essence, when you energize that and that becomes more real than the matrix. To me, that's when everything starts to show itself.
So the 51%.
Yeah. I think when you hit the 51%, that's the 0 point. If there is a 0 point, yeah. Because it's like with what Jonny was saying about the Thomas Anderson Neo moment. He is Neo. That's what his choice is. That's what he's embodied, not the Thomas Anderson. And the rules that go with that.
Very
good.
I think this 0 point concept, it's like who's winning the elections, this year.
No one. It's never going to happen. I wonder if the election will happen. Anyway.
It's an external concept, again, something to talk about, to put your attention outside, to energize something, a concept again. I don't think it's so important. It is like it was with 2012 with the Mayan calendar, what is going to happen, and a lot of people went crazy and killed themselves, and a lot of stupid things happened. Exactly like this. Does it really matter, or who knows exactly what's going to happen? Or
hey Mandy, do you want to mute yourself, because I think you're having a good time there and we can hear it.
Oh, okay.
It's all right. Just in case other sounds. Keep going, Adela. Sorry.
Yeah, but I repeat this 0 point. What I feel is connected with time, because anyway, time it's a fake construct, and maybe when it falls apart and it's revealed that time doesn't really exist. This is my feeling. If you really want to give an interpretation to 0 point,
lovely, beautiful.
But it's useless to get stuck on such concepts, because a lot of people speculate in New Age. They speculate about this and that. It's speculation that comes from intellectual or trying exactly mental stuff. They try to understand some things or to give some definition to things they cannot understand. The most important thing is to connect with yourself and with essence, and let her show you the real world, not exactly who's winning the election, who is the what's happening, and it's trying to explain metrics.
Do we create? How much do we create? Because they're telling us. They're telling us that there's an Agatha. Okie dokie. They're telling us that there's a 5D construct. I'll see you there. Is that you, Lyndsey? Someone's making a lot of noise.
Sorry, I was trying to type because I didn't want to interrupt.
That's an elemental I've never heard before.
I know. I'm a bit of a violent type, I'm sorry. I was just
That was like before possible the apocalypse.
I did that on the train to
All
France.
right, my darling. Well, if you're typing, you shut the fuck up.
Can I speak?
Thank you, Lyndsey. Yeah, but don't type.
No, not at the same time. I was just going to say the event for me really has happened because Moo's upright.
That's the event.
Yeah. And now it's up to us to capitalise.
Actually, didn't he say something about, well, not Moo, but whatever he calls it, has started a self-destruct, not self-destruct, a destruct cycle or something? Like an I over R, basically. Non-creational. Didn't he say something about that? Or it was on my timeline. Something about...
Correction, yeah.
Correction, yes, correction. He talks about Earth's correction, her consciousness.
Last September or something. Yeah. Oh, is that what it's called? Okay, sorry. But suddenly something happened on that date that, you know, because really when I was thinking about it, that's really good timing for what I felt, in the sense of when all of a sudden the engagement was inevitable and it was like not long now, and she was like this far off, and she started this whole expanding, and with the expanding it's like throwing these fuckers off, you know. And yeah, all right, I just realised I monopolised the conversation. So Tereza.
Yeah, I had it was from a little bit before, questioning exactly like what's real. If they're kind of saying, oh, the Agatha thing is real, or whatever else is real, or the elections are real, just to take everything on face value. I mean, not to say that everything is bullshit, but to take it on face value, that's something that you're energizing. And if you get like 100 sleepers saying, you know, having their attention on something, you know, how much are we energizing that? This also came from an idea I had yesterday. You know, the whole Standing Rock thing that's going on. Say what?
Oh, yeah. I said, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So this might sound really un-PC, but like it is everywhere on my news feed. You know, the horrors that are going on there and whatever. And when I was tuning into it, I was like, is that even real? Or is it real because everyone is putting so much energy into it? Is it something else that we're being shown? Is it something else that we're being told to think?
I think it's an event. I think it's an event for sure. But, you know, are we energising? Obama's our guy. He's signed off the treaties, and we all think, oh, great, that's nice. So everyone pulls back their energy to support them, right? Then the next thing you know, we find out that Obama's screwed them on another fucking thing, right? So it's kind of like, I get where you're saying it's not real. I think the event's real, but a lot of the publicity around it isn't.
Yeah, it's not that I'm saying it to deny it, saying, oh, it's bullshit, but I really want to be conscious of, you know, not taking anything for face value at all, and not even being like smart about it or being informed about it, but just realizing how they're actually manipulating our feeling nature to energize particular situations that are happening around the world, and how they want us to feed that, how they want us to construct it. Because like you said, Adela, they can't create anything. They need our life force to do it. And so what better way is through trauma and through emotive stuff. Anyways,
what they do is they take the right information, the right, what they do, and they put some, a little bit of confusion there. Because if it's if you see clearly it's a fucking shit, then it's a fucking shit. So they take the truth and they mix it with some confusion, some they twist it, and they serve you back. And something resonates. The truth from this information resonates with you. But because it resonates, you take also the other, the fake information, and you assimilate it, you know? Exactly what they did with Sophia Gaia. Yes, Mother Earth has a consciousness. Yes, it is like that. But they twist it and they put it in a fake construct. So they take the truth, they twist it, they put fake information, and they create something else.
Or we create.
Yes.
They give us a nice skeletal outline called a geometry, and we fill it with our emotion, fantasy, imaginarium, all the things that make organic creative beings fabulous. And because A11 can do it split like a prism, we're very valuable. So all you need is 1 or 2 A11s on a bad idea, and you can create a really nice little subtext over there, a nice little reality that still keeps being fair. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a manipulation. They manipulate us, and they just give us the right kick in the ass so we can create the show.
Sorry, Mia was sending us a text. I think she's working. Yes, there you goes. So, Linda, do you want to say anything, babes? Have you got any questions?
No.
Oh, I might do that. Well, actually, we were talking about something interesting, Linda and I, the other day. She's, okay. Can I talk, just, you can say yes or no, can I talk about this house selling thing?
About what?
Well, we were having a conversation about selling houses or selling land. And sometimes a sale can go through in a heartbeat, and sometimes something can be blocked. And, you know, you can do everything with your visualizations, your feelings, your whatever the hell you're doing to sell the fucker, right? But what is it? And I was saying that there might be some rituals done on the land to tie you to the land. Because, you know, sometimes when you're on these places, you want to stay, thanks, Lee, you want to stay there forever. So it's kind of like no one can take this land from me. Or you'll bond with the consciousness of that land. And so, you know, there's a whole lot of interaction there. So if it's not selling, or if it's not going your way, so to speak, then have a look at those kind of things. That was something that I thought was kind of interesting. You know, if you can't leave something.
Yeah, right.
Because it was just
so relevant.
Because we've had a few sessions this week and it's a few that have come up with organics with Stockholm syndrome. Now, I say this because it's like they trap themselves in these places and things, and they justify to the cows come home about staying within it. It's almost like they learn to love their jail and jailer. You know, and for me, it was all about, I dig it because I know how much I love certain aspects of the Matrix, like Real Housewives of Auckland. I can't give that up right now. That is floating my boat. It's in the Matrix. It's all about the Matrix, but it amuses me, right? So it's like I get those little addictions. I get how they get you. But, you know, if you're in situations that are really unhealthy, I think you've got to think about it. How much are you in Stockholm syndrome? And no judgment, because fuck, it's hard. All right, that was my piece.
I completely agree with you. I think we're addicted to all sorts of things from the Matrix. I know I am.
Fuck a duck, right?
Yeah. I find it interesting about the whole land thing. I mean, I've had experiences where, like, currently I would really like to move, and I have been wanting to move for a while. And, but I find that I'm completely, like, there's a part of me that's really rooted here. And I found that I wouldn't say it's solely because of this group of inorganics, but I've definitely experienced that my relationship to certain people have definitely rooted me here, or part of that connection has kind of prevented the flow that I want, but I'm addicted to it at the same time. It's weird.
It's fucking hard, man. It's sick, but it's like, I think that's part of the sickness or the virus of the matrix, is that emotional link that keeps you there, because it's definitely not a feeling link.
No, it's a feeling. Yeah, it's an emotional one, for sure. Yeah. I find that really interesting to even have made that definition between feeling nature and emotion, because it's the emotion that keeps you locked into everything. I think it's like a matrix thing. Feel it, because I think we. Sorry.
The feeling is what's got us out. Finally, we got in touch with and listened to our feelings. Something stinks. This isn't right. You know, it's like it can't be co-opted the same way that emotions can, or manipulated is a better word.
Well, emotions have that charge. I find that whenever I'm really stuck in that cloud of reaction, it's that emotion is what keeps me in there. It's not the feeling, it's the fucking reaction. It's the oh God, it's that feeling.
Oh my God, you've graduated. You've graduated. You're fucking got a PhD, woman. Beautiful.
In what? In like drama or in...
No! in getting it. Because for so long you didn't realise it. And now it's like you know exactly what you do. So you've got mastery in that. You've got choice. Bravo. I'll have to do a Jonny and get all get emotional about it.
Oh,
I'm proud of you. Very good.
Thank you.
Actually, I avoid having this love feelings, you know, to give love. And so I really think, I've been thinking a lot about this love feelings. What are they? Because I feel it's a little bit compromised also, this love vibration. It's very matrix. Yes. Love.
Do you think feeling? Oh, love. But do you think that love is a concept for most people until you feel it? Right? You know, you always hear people say, you've never been in love. When you know it, you know it, you know it.
It's addiction, is whatever it is. But I think love, it's a matrix also, a matrix frequency. Or whatever it was compromised also.
Well, I think it's, unconditional love's a real fucker, because it's like, I just don't know anyone who can be unconditional in loving. I haven't had an experience of that.
Exactly.
Although I could say Moo's been unconditionally loving me. Because, God, she put up with us being offline for a while.
She's also selective, because if she's loving me, she doesn't love the inorganics, so she wants them out from this reality. So she cannot, I don't know how to say, she's not unconditional anyway.
Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. It's like, yeah. If she was unconditional,
that's so
they'd
true.
all be huh?
That is so true. That's another thing that you said. It's totally on this whole love thing. I think you might have said it on Ra, but the whole new age thing really perpetuates no discernment. It's like, well, you're not being peace and love.
Yes.
No. So there's something wrong with you. Whereas I found that the more in embodiment, and that's my real interpretation of what the only real feeling of real love that I've ever had was in that embodiment, that connection with Moo, is that discernment comes naturally. So it's like, I see what you mean with this whole unconditional thing. And love and how it's been co-opted.
It goes hand in hand with religion. Because what happens now, the new age spirituality, it's another face of religion, you know. Look at the history of religion, how started religion, killing and torturing and so on. And then Jesus Christ came and taught us, no, we have to be... Sorry? And now
He saved us.
It's marketing. religion is marketing. Just look at the history and how it's changing from one year to another. And now the Pope is kissing the feet of I don't know who. And no, they almost accept that Jesus Christ is an invention. And but the Pope told, I think, a few years ago that Eastern was an invention because nobody knows exactly when this Jesus was born and so on. He admitted this. So it's just
But didn't he also
marketing.
admit hell? Didn't he also admit we made up?
I think so, anyway. But look at the history and it's marketing. And New Age spirituality is another step of religion step, or another phase of the religion, an evolution. It as is the marketing, as is blowing the wind, so is the religion changing.
So is.
We invent new strategies to sell. It's a selling process, marketing, management, and whatever. Marketing.
I know, right?
Yes,
What about all those evangelists? It is. It's business. Business as usual.
Yes.
Business as usual. The new Rome.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
Yes.
So, I mean, we've been going for an hour and a half. We'll sort of wrap it up a bit, shall we? You know, because that'll take us fucking forever. So, in knowing that, does anyone want to have a final question, say whatever the fuck? Jonny J, do you want to say anything? Because I noticed you put something really groovy here. Do you have a visceral sign of Sekhmet between emotion and feeling?
Yeah, well, that question came up when you guys were referring to, you know, about feelings and emotions.
Because if you turn your video off, we can hear you better. You know how sometimes I sound like a robot? That's why.
Yeah, well, that whole thing about the emotional stuff being, you know, the trap for us, and how they get us to then milk it and create the reality for them. So my thing was, if the way back is through feeling for us as organics, and we can do that because Moo's uprighting herself and making a stand and saying no to these inorganic constructs, then how do we know as a physical body, a being with a physical body, like a visceral sign between what's an emotion and what's a feeling?
I want to say something, or say.
No, you go ahead, Adela.
I had this, when you say emotion, it's a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
When you react, if you notice on Facebook, they made this, before it was only like, now 3% reacted to this. If you notice, it's the new. It makes you go outside and react. Then they hook you. And whatever emotion is, positive, negative, doesn't matter what's your opinion on this matrix event, they hook you with your reaction to that.
Totally.
Well,
that's emotion. It's a reaction.
So I was thinking, as I was hearing you both speak, I reckon if you're in feeling, you're in embodiment, or there's an element of embodiment. If you're in reaction, you're in emotion, they're fucking with you.
No, you're fucking with you.
Or I'm fucking with me, yeah.
But get it right, because if you think they're fucking with you, straight away you're a victim and you're going to watch everything you react to. You're going to be like censoring yourself, right? So if you are in embodiment, and if you are in that space that you're saying of embodiment, integrity, you know, whatever that other word was, then, then, you know, there's no way they can affect you. They can throw something at you. But if you're in the neutral and non-reactive, then they don't have you.
Or you can just turn it. But this I learned from the Qigong, right? You have to be in the neutral, not to feel it as a negative response, or they throw on you bad energy and you have to react. No, you go in the neutral, you feel the energy, whatever it is, and connect with this and back. You know, it's a qigong training.
Nice.
From neutral, you don't feel it, the negativity, or normally when it's an attack, of course, it's a negative
frequency.
Exactly. Feel the frequency, you know it's coming, you connect with this, and you push it back.
That's it, baby.
With neutral feeling, neutral.
Yeah, because I think that, you know, because we're such feeling beings, right? And they've taken, when we were first tilted, it's like we didn't have our not so much not our connection to essence, but we were blindsided, for want of a better word. And it's like we'd never been in that situation before. And that installation, when it happened, I could feel the difference between what was our normal experience and then this ramped up weird fear injected into the reality. When you're in fear, you're in constant reaction.
Yes.
So, you know, I get the marketing.
The same when you are in love.
Describe love. I mean, there's movies made about it. There's sculptures trying to capture it. It's what art is always trying to convey. It's amazing, isn't it? So we're saying then love is a concept until felt, or love is a concept altogether?
Until felt. But even so, it's like they're... Okay, yeah, I'm going to get deeply philosophical here. So... what if the truth of love, of what I experience to be real love is when I really feel that embodiment of self and that feeling of mood, there's nothing greater than that. And I feel that with the organic light, it becomes compartmentalized, all these different sorts of ideas of love. Like the romantic stuff, the unconditional stuff, the lustful stuff, everything. So maybe in a way it's trying to break up that truth of what real love is into all these different ideas. And none of them are actually really true. They're all co-opted in one way or another. And the truth of love is really, oh God, it sounds so new agey, but the truth of love is embodiment of self, maybe, of connection to Mu.
That's where you've got to have transmission, because it's like we're all talking about love. And when Mandy, for instance, was talking about her experience with Essence, it was like, yeah, cool, let's have a look at you. Do you know what I mean? And as she was relaying her feeling, it was like an sun exploded.
Yeah.
You know, transmission. I mean, I never really wanted to be on the internet with this fucking mug, right? But it's like it had to be seen to believe, and the transmission was unreal. So I kind of bit the bullet and did it, and, you know, the rest is history. But, I mean, love. I don't know. Sorry, my thing's going in and out. Fucking hell. All right, next time I'll have to do something better with my internet.
Change it.
Yeah, oh, God. Well, it's just I'm about 6 inches below some kind of line of sight to see this tower, which is interesting because it means my whole property is underneath this bombarding of waves because it can't reach the frequency. It's under the frequency line. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, if I was on the same line of frequency, my whole property would be bombarded by this NBN. Okay. But yeah, I can't get NBN. So it's actually a blessing in disguise. So that's why it's such a haven here. You can get a signal.
I understand.
But it's not like being bombarded, even in Muller, you know, whereas, I mean, we're waiting for it to change. I don't care if it doesn't. Oh, fucking hell, I'm unstable again. All right, well, that might be... Pardon? Oh, okay. I was going to say, that might be a what do you call it? A signal to leave. There you go. Now, more. All right, well, like, it's been real. Love it. Had a good time. Queen's Conclave rules. We'll definitely do it again. Thank you all for attending and giving us your juju and good questions. Very good questions. Do you want to sign off, Adela? Do you want to say anything?
Shall I say about this implant which I found here connected with the light?
Look, you can, absolutely. I don't know who knows about that here, but yeah, if you want to, absolutely go for it.
We were teaching and we were taught about the activation of the beams of light, and actually it doesn't really have to be connected with that, but one time in my riding, I discovered like a metallic pipe, an implant, which was at this position, right? And I found it inactive. It was not really, okay, I remove it, but what I had this revelation that if you know, when Mu was tilted from her connection with the pleroma, with the center of the galaxy, she was tilted not really 90 degrees, right? It was tilted somewhere 45 degrees, something like that. And if you know the pineal gland, it's a little bit above the eyes, the position of the eyes. And we were trying in this workshop to activate the Drumvaller's workshop to activate the third eye. Actually, we were asked to cross the eyes and look up, and to ask the pineal gland to turn front and to look through this point out. And my understanding was, and we were asked also to see the green light. And all this correlated, all this information correlated. It was exactly this angle through where they fucked us, us and our pineal gland. Exactly the same angle which Mu was tilted. And also our pineal gland was corrupted through the green light frequency. He insisted you have to see the green light. But another to stress that this pipe was this implant was inactive because Mu made her correction, is making her correction, and the angle is not corresponding anymore because they need this angle, they need this frequency to access our pineal gland. And because Mu is correcting herself, is changing, is parting from this frequency. This was...
I was just reading Linda saying, she's asking, is that like the unicorn?
Yes, yes.
You know, the unicorn?
Yes.
And they used to call it the unicorn.
Yes, yes. In similar position, right? Not 90 degrees. It was a little bit more up. Exactly this. Yeah.
Where they put that cobra in all the Egyptian things.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Funny about that.
It's above the position of the eyes.
See, that would never have held, that whole thing, because as Mu's come upright, that geometry was always bound to, I think they were trying to make something happen before then. You know, so when this whole, like, they didn't know when I say they didn't know what was going to happen, of course Mu's going to come back fighting. What I mean is they were still going to try and harness something. They've been here, you know. It's a really, I was lying in bed this morning thinking about it, like diabolical. You know, just the whole, how we've been used and abused and how they use like other organics against each other. You know, it's really a sick fucking thing. So, I mean, as far as, I mean, I've never believed in karma. We've already done a video on that. Matt's a different thing to karma. And I can feel Matt being restored. And that's a beautiful thing. So now we're supposed to be signing off now. So do you want to say any more on that, Adela, on the unicorn beam?
No.
Cool. What was interesting with that teaching is that not a lot of people saw the green light. They saw all other colours. And those are the ones that never stayed with the program, right? It was like, I think that what was happening for them is they were remembering old teachings and accessing essence, accessing a different, like that part of self, that elemental frequency we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the blue and the green and the whatevs. It's like, I think they were accessing that, who were having that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't say. They saw through the thing pretty quickly.
Because we had to see the light before connecting with the geometrical, you know?
I forgot about those geometries. When you reminded me, I nearly fell off my fucking perch. Wowza. And I mean, it just, you know, wowza. I didn't realise it until we had that experience together, you know, remembering that.
We had to connect with this, our creation, with our essence, and to hook this energy, creational energy, to their geometrical. So it was like that. First see the light, and we had to connect. He insisted, green light, nothing else works. Green light. And that's why I think some people saw blue or violet or other fragrances, organic fragrances.
But the other thing was too, right? Remember that whole tongue action?
Yes.
Yeah.
The top of the mouth being like the clitoris, etc. Well, that's a fucking good one, isn't it? But what I mean is, because it got people into an emotional state, or let's get it real here, a feeling state from the body.
Yes.
Right, then that attached to a colour, to a geometry.
Yes.
I know, right? I only saw it like, you know, when I woke up, so to speak. And when I say I woke up, oh, please don't, I hate that phrase. Oh, when I woke up 2 years ago, or whatever the fuck it is. What I'm saying is, when I started to feel there was something wrong, when I started to feel my own truth and not anything outside of me. That's when I'm talking about. Good on you. Off you go. Trot, trot, run the fifth. You know, good luck to you all in that respect. Just feel it. If it feels wrong in any way, fucking listen to yourself. It's not a no-age thing. You're not fucking not facing your fears. You're not bloody, you know, not being open-minded. Listen to your instincts. I know if I had of, I'd have fucking run a mile in the first place. But instead, I listened to the no-age bullshit of, now come on, look at yourself. Come on now, you're in fear. You're not questioning, you're shutting yourself down. I know all the talk. So, you know, thanks for the fucking schooling. I'm out.
I heard also somebody told me, oh, you made such a good work. Now it's time to go outside and give your love to the people, to the world. I say, no. I give nothing. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Look, sometimes when I see the earnest people really getting turned on by it, I know what they're reacting to, that promise, that yearning inside to find that place. I get it. It's just a shame that Pied Piper has come along and gone, oh, fuck. Sorry. Okay, so again, now I've done this before with you girls where I've been signing off and it's yet another fucking hour, and I love you both for that. But I'm going.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you everyone for, you know, everything. I've had a good time. Oh, darling, thank you, Adela. Thanks for staying up because it's late for you. Early for us. And Mandy, you look like you're from the States, so you have a good time wherever you are. Oh, it's Halloween coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lyndsey, she's in United Kingdom, so she's also...
Yes, she's with you. Oh, yes. She's a night owl. She loves a good night out. And Linda, good luck with your selling, babes. And let us know how you go. If you need any, what do you call it? Juju, we're there. I always like cardio.